I got my,
You're getting
I
too
got
old
my,
for this shit, man.
bro. I'm getting old and like, like I'm
You gotta,
getting old, man. Like
you gotta do the
I'm bloating.
stretches.
I gotta stretch before I wake up now. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm finna turn 22 in a week, and it's not looking good.
I just turned 23, man.
Damn.
Hey, we're not here to talk about that because in our minds, as we get older, the content keeps getting better and better, which means
Exactly.
our recording is hitting another level as we hit the new episode today. Welcome back, guys. It's the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton,
Oh, oh, oh.
and I'm 007 Gage Sutton. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode. Sorry we had a little bit of a lapse last week. We were kind of busy with some personal shit. I was out of town in Oklahoma. Had a cousin graduate high school, so congratulations to my cousin's name is actually Ethan.
Love
Congratulations
to
to
see it,
Ethan.
man.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
then it
us
was my
Ethans
birth.
out here thriving.
Yeah, look at Ethan's, man, doing great for themselves in this world. Um, but for me, it was my birthday last week. Didn't really get to throw a party, but I'll be coming up to Dallas, your city. I'm coming up to your town this weekend to
Yeah,
celebrate
y'all
your
got to come
birthday.
check it. Y'all got to come check in with me.
Man, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. This is gonna be
But
fun to
before we get
celebrate our
started,
birthdays.
make sure
But
to like and subscribe.
oh yeah, can't forget that.
Hit the bell, do all that fun stuff, man. We really appreciate y'all's support. We kind of smoked the last two videos. Really, this whole season we've been smoking the videos with the NFL mock draft, um, Frank Ocean, and our WWE
Yeah,
video. So let us know. But yeah, Gage, you ready to hop into this episode?
yeah. I'm ready to jump into it. Let's talk a little bit about the Utopia rollout. Do you want to start with that? I see Travis Scott making visits, playing people the album, starting to get
That's
the
actually
hype
cool.
going.
I'm excited for Utopia season, man.
Me too. Me too. Because it's been a while since I felt like we've had a big build up for an album like this, and from one of hip hop's most like recognized names right now. And obviously, coming off of some controversy after the Astroworld stuff, he's been kind of laying low since that festival. I haven't really heard anything he's been doing. But now it's time for him to drop Utopia. So Ethan, I guess let me just ask you, man, how excited are you for this album, and how do you think people are going to receive it?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm at a 10, man. I'm very, very excited for this album, bro. Like, I just want to see. I think Travis Scott is in that tier of artists for me, where I have high expectations for him, and he's definitely earned it with Astroworld.
Rodeo. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why I had like a brain fart right there, but like his
you
last,
got Birds in the
all of his
Trap too.
Birds in the Trap, Sing Midnight, all of his last albums, they've gotten better and better and better, and I'm just excited to see what different sound he's gonna try out next. Not to like music nerd us out, but I'm very excited. Also, I'm excited to see the rollouts, man. I'm us being like I guess like mass comm and like marketing kids. Like the more and more I watch like these rollouts, the more and more I get excited. And honestly, this whole like him having people carry around like briefcases, like keychain to their arms with like Utopia written is actually pretty cool. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting rollout, and I think Travis has always prided himself in doing cool stuff like this, and hopefully that just carries over into the music like we have seen in the past. And I think the most exciting thing about Travis is even though he's been in the industry and has been one of the biggest names in hip hop for years, he still finds ways to give us something new, something we haven't heard before. Astroworld gave us that. Sing did that from Rodeo. Um, and again, it's just that constant progression. So I'm interested to see what he brings as an artist. I'm interested to see if he addresses any of the things that have been going on in his life on this album. I know that might not be his bag, but he might try something new. You never know.
no, no, no. I'm with you on there. I think he's definitely gonna talk about some the stuff that's going on in his life, you know. But I'm just more excited to hear the way the album
Yeah.
sounds because
Mm-hmm.
I know before the whole tragedy at Astroworld, he dropped the two singles, Mafia, and then the track with Mafia wasn't with J Cole, right?
Yeah, it was. It was
What
Mafia
was
with
the other
J.
one?
Cole.
Escape Plan.
Escape. Yeah, Escape Plan. Mm-hmm.
He dropped Mafia and Escape Plan before Astroworld, and I really really love those singles. They're still bumping in this rate today. So I mean, if the album sounds like anything like it, I think we're in good hands because I think Travis Scott is gone on an underrated feature run that I think people aren't really recognizing. And hey, if the album sounds like how he's been smoking his features, I'm all for it. But I know he's been a little bit of a break since he started doing those features because I know he was going on like a YSL tour because he had the verse on Thug's album. He had both Thug's albums. Like he's really smoked it. The last
Yeah,
Drake album,
I was about to
he
say he
smoked
had
his
that
verse.
one with Drake and 21. Yeah.
Was the Pussy and Millions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, smoked that verse. We haven't heard him in a minute. He killed his verse on or his hook on Donda too. Like he's been really good. So I'm excited to see what Utopia is. I think it's honestly I wouldn't be surprised if he took that like it's on the same tier of Astroworld and Rodeo.
What'd you drop?
I don't know. I dropped something loud as hell. I dropped my like pen.
Just heard it
But
hit really loud. But
yeah, no.
well, shit. Hopefully Travis drops it that loud and drops it that hard. Because I mean, I think we've all been waiting for this album. I think if I had to rate my excitement too, I'll go at 10 too. I'll match your energy because again, this is an album that I've been looking forward to for a while. Despite all of the stuff that's happened before, I think Travis always finds a way to bring something new, and I'm just really excited to see, or I guess hear what this album has in store. So, um, any idea on the release date? Do you think
I think we get it by June.
by June?
Oh, not by June.
That sounds about right.
I'd be forgetting today's May, like it's the end of May. I think it comes before end of July.
End of July.
Like within
Man,
the
we're
next
gonna wait another 2 months. You think?
within the next 45, 60 days. I think we get it. How bad do you think Travis Scott needs this album?
Oh, see that's interesting. I was trying to think of a way to incorporate some of these other artists, but I think that's the perfect question to kind of sum up like where he is in position with these other artists. Because I mean, it wasn't very long ago where you and me were talking on this podcast about Tyler the Creator being the best rapper in this generation right now.
Which I got cooked in the comments, but I think that take his age in like fine wine.
I like you. If you watch the video, I do not have any. I like that take. I think Tyler has done everything he has to prove himself. Travis is kind of in that same boat. I feel like Travis hasn't done really anything wrong per se from a music standpoint on any of his previous projects, and I think the only thing that Travis can fail at this point is just not reaching those expectations, because I feel like people have such high expectations that if Utopia doesn't live up to them, people aren't going to have Travis in that conversation anymore. Is that fair? I don't know, but you got to go look at other guys' body of works and say like they've gotten better and better and better for every album. That's something Tyler has done. That's something Jid has done. That's something Denzel Curry and a bunch of the guys that, you know, you and me have considered in this conversation. I just think Travis has to do that too. Just find that new level.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because I feel like not like Travis has kind of cemented himself in whatever tier people want to say he's in. He's definitely a premier act.
Yeah.
But I feel like as music has definitely geared towards, especially a lot of the newer acts, quantity over quality, and a lot of artists opting for like just volumes of music. Right. So doing this whole like mysterious like wait 2-3 years before you drop a next album, that's kind of reserved for like last generation, and I feel like Travis is a part of that last generation that can get away with dropping an album 2 or 3 years and still being relevant. And I think this is his last chance to do it because, hypothetically speaking, right? Hypothetically, he drops his album. It's not really what people expect, and it flops. I expect him to turn around in a year and drop a new album off of that.
Yeah. And I think that's the good thing about Travis Scott is like there are levels to like how popular you are, I guess, in the sense of, or I guess how often you drop albums in a sense. So we have the two extremes. You have Young Boy who's dropping a new album every 2 weeks. And then you've got Frank Ocean who hasn't released an album in 7 years. Sampho who hasn't released an album in 8 years. Like and then you've got a guy like Travis Scott who kind of operates in that middle ground where we haven't heard from him since Astroworld. He's doing his features here and there. But you're right. He's in that spot where now it's time to drop the album. If it's well received, awesome. Like you're still in that era of like you don't have to be dropping albums every week.
or even
every
like just
month.
singles every month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But again, he is the last of a dying breed when it comes to that, like the mysterious premiere act of like
It's a
just.
damn shame too, because I like that
I
way
don't
of
mind
operating
artists like
personally.
waiting. I don't mind artists
Yeah,
waiting, but that's when you talk about a young boy dropping an album every week. That's not an extreme anymore. That's the norm. That's what,
yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with it. Some artists, I think that's what they need to do.
It's
And
also
I
the
think it works
demand
for.
of people. There are always people asking for more young boy music. I mean,
Why?
I wasn't gonna say it. I mean, like I think Young Boys is cool, but do you need like 20 albums in the span of 4 years? Like we haven't even gotten 20 like Jay-Z albums in four
Yeah.
years. Like that's
But
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. It's a last of a dying breed. Like think about Drake. Drake's dropped 3 albums in the last 18 months.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
he
but at
had
least at least with him, it's like he was doing something different with each album. Obviously, he had like his Afro
but
beats, like dance pop album, did the collab with
certified
21 Savage, and then
certified
also had
lover boy.
Certified Lover Boy too.
But
So
but that's what I'm saying is that like even Drake is now on the new wave of dropping music more frequently
yeah,
like this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only a couple of hip hop acts that are taking this long between drops.
yeah,
And I think Travis, especially this type of music he makes, if this album isn't well received, I could totally see him having to, instead of just doing that, you won't. Let's put it like this: if his album isn't well received, you won't see him do another 2 year layoff. He will be back right back in 6 months.
So
Believe that.
you think if Utopia is a hit, he brings back Astroworld too soon? Maybe.
I don't think Astro Wars ever coming back.
Yeah, that
I
that
think
might
that
be
ship has
the
sailed.
reality, but it doesn't mean that Travis won't make a fuck ton of money off this album and promoting it and probably doing shows. Probably won't be able to do a huge festival, but
Yeah, the shows
we'll
that we'll
have to
never
go
go
back
get
on
to see
tour.
because tickets cost like a bajillion dollars
Yeah, yeah,
now. I remember a couple weeks ago I was trying to get Brent Faiyaz tickets and they were like 180. That was actually insane.
yeah. And how much of this money do you think they're actually making off these tours?
I think they're making a shit ton of money.
I mean, that's where most of their money is coming from, I'm assuming.
But ticketing, I don't think goes too much to the artist. It
Well,
more
yeah,
so
yeah,
goes to
yeah.
the
But I mean,
venue.
like the actual like tour itself. But with Brent Faiyaz, man, those tickets are expensive as hell, man.
they were, they were. We'll save a conversation about tickets for another day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a conversation for that. I've gotten ripped off with tickets, but that's again a conversation for a
Oh,
different day.
everybody has though.
Yeah, I'm sure
Everybody
everyone
has.
has. But all right, let's move on to someone who wants to be a rapper, or at least be involved in the life of a rapper. Uh, Ja Morant.
Almost. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Back
Ja
again with
Morant.
the.
Yeah, I was gonna say pulling out the gun on IG Live, pulling out the blicky, listening to Young Boy.
You
I
sound
mean,
so white when you said that.
well, I mean, this is what happened. Ja got in trouble again, the second time in like less than 2 months. Um, and yeah, it's not looking good for Guy. He had some pretty cryptic IG posts. People thought he was gonna kill himself.
Which I don't like. I don't like when artists play like that. Like, I guess
Yeah,
it's like because we're younger. It's very much like I don't like when people do that, play like that on social media, like the whole goodbye world. I'll never see you again. I don't like that. Like I don't like when people play like that. I do think he needs help though. Not to
I
serious out. I didn't mean to serious out.
no no. I mean, hey, no. I think this is a perfect time for a serious conversation. Um, I smile as I say that because I know at any point this could take a complete left or right
Oh, it's
off the
definitely gonna
trail,
take a.
and it
Yeah,
probably will. But seriously speaking here, Ja definitely does need help. Because regardless of like what you thought of that IG live post, or the IG live video with him with the gun, or the IG post after that, um, it's concerning behavior as a whole
yeah.
because Ja is someone who I've said it
With
from the day he got drafted. He's one of the most exciting basketball prospects. He's set to be one of the biggest stars in the league.
the NBA
Um,
gave him the stimulus package,
yeah,
like they pushing him, and to
dude.
see him do something like this for the second time.
Shit, when we work with kids, bro, I'll talk to kids and I ask them who their favorite basketball player is. A lot of them say Ja Morant just because he's so flashy, he's so fun to watch, and um, yeah, so I guess from that standpoint, when he's doing things like that, just it's a bad example for the kids that are watching him and wanting to grow up like him. But just from a mental standpoint too, when you're posting that stuff, like you're just giving people the wrong idea, or maybe he is really going through it. And when you think about him also having access to guns, shit, is
Yeah.
that that's concerning to me. I'm thinking he's gonna harm himself, he's gonna harm somebody else. Like,
No, it's just very, and I think I've heard two sides of this, right? Because you'll have the side that's very much that JJ Redick said of like, well, he's not breaking a law, so like, why are we getting that upset about it?
yeah,
Which I think is an absolutely dumb take. Like, obviously, he's not breaking a law, but buddy, he makes $500 million. You can't be on IG Live
no shit.
waving a gun around when you're worth $500 million.
I don't care who you are. There are a lot of businesses that don't want their employees toting weapons on their stories. Like that's just the truth. Like, let's think about it. If you and me are working for a corporation and we're showing our guns and our coworkers are seeing it on their feeds, we can expect to get a call from HR. Let's
Bro,
not.
it's not gonna end well for us at
It's
all.
not going to end well. We're probably losing our
And
job. We're getting suspended. What something like that.
yes, exactly. And I get what he said. There is the double standard to what is happening with Ja Morant. That I can tell you what the double standard is. Gage, would you like to hear it?
Yeah, I would love to hear it. Enlighten me.
I'll tell you what the double standard is. Where are all these NRA gun rights people at? That they want to defend NRA and gun rights when
Huh?
it comes to specifically Caucasian people
Where
and
are
their
they
rights. But
even?
when not saying what Ja Morant did was right or wrong, why aren't they coming
Speaking
to
up for
Ja
him.
Morant's? Yeah, exactly. Why aren't they coming to Ja Morant's defense? I wonder where the NRA is at with all this.
Uh,
Just
they're
just a
they're
question.
hey,
Just
they're
a
busy.
question.
They're busy with NRA
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
you
because they
know.
care about gun rights and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. I just find it interesting why they aren't helping John Morant because that's what it's about, right? It's just defending gun rights for everyone,
Everybody.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, apparently. But
That's
that's the double standard that JJ Redick and them should have been talking about.
yeah.
Because nobody's mad at him because nobody thinks he broke a law. It's just the fact you can't be worth $500 million and playing with a gun on IG Live. You
Yeah.
don't think all these NBA players have security or have guns around them? Of course they do, but
I'm
they're
sure
not
they do.
waving it on IG Live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And exactly. I think that's where the problem stems for Ja is like I've never had a problem with him having a gun. You can have it. You can have it tucked. You can have it in a holster. You can have it in your sock and your shoe. I don't care. But just don't be pulling it out when you've got cameras around you, man. Because this is
And
exactly and then
also
and
when you
then the
saw he was on the
hooligan
hood of a
behavior too. Like,
he was
dude,
outside of his car waving it around, and the neighborhood he was in, it wasn't an I would not be seen in that type of
okay,
neighborhood.
and then hey, we've already talked about this. The fucking red dot at a game at a facility
Allegedly,
at an
hold on,
NBA facility. Yeah. But I'm
alleged.
saying allegedly, if this was him too, these are things that like we just got to keep into it, like take it all into account and say like this is a pattern of behavior, and they just need to like help him, get him some help, and tell him like, dude, you've got way too much on the line to be fucking it up like this. We're not
Yeah.
telling you don't protect yourself, don't keep guns on you if that's how you feel safe, but you have an image to protect, an image to portray too.
And I'm trying to be old heads because we're the same age as Ja. Like Ja is
Yeah.
23, we're 22 and 23. Like
But dude, get your
I'm not.
money. Get your
That's what
money.
I'm saying. It's like, bro, if I was worth that much money, like if I had half the, you wouldn't see me on fucking IG playing with a gun outside of a car in the hood.
And
Like
where are his friends, bro? Because I mean, like, if
this,
you were
no,
doing
this
some,
ain't this ain't his friend's problem. This is a
oh no
you
no
saw
no
the
no,
video. You saw the video. His
oh
friend
he
wanted him
flashed
to
away
put it.
right away. But this is the point: is like, why haven't they talked to him about this and tell him, dude, you are fucking this up. You've got millions of dollars on the table. You've got an entire career ahead of you. Put the fucking guns away. I mean, it's that simple. If you were doing some crazy shit too, you got to expect somebody to tell you, hey, dude, get off it.
How
Get
many
on your shit.
rings?
You are in way too high of a position to be messing it up. And that's exactly where Ja is. I mean, the number 2 overall pick. We've already talked about how great of a player he is. The world was
You saw
his.
when they asked Adam Silver about it. Adam Silver looked hurt.
He said shocked.
Yeah, and I already know Adam Silver finna lay down a hammer on this boy. Cause
Yeah.
hey, bro, we were just talking about this like 2-3 episodes ago. about how that Dylan Brooks had to answer for the last time he pulled a gun out and all this shit talking. Which player do you think the Grizzlies are gonna have to get rid of now because Ja Morant pulled a gun out?
Ooh, that's a good question.
My money's on Tyus Jones or
Tyus
Steven Adams.
Jones. Huh.
Yeah, one of them gonna have to bite the dust because Ja's gonna be minimum out for 25 games. Minimum.
Yeah, I don't know where you go with that because I've seen some people say that like 25 games is too long, but this is my thing is again, this already happened 2 months ago. This isn't like this is the first time this has happened. This isn't the first time that we've had incidents like this. You have to take action against it. And if you just tell him the 25 games, or if you just tell him, nah, Ja, it's okay. It's your second time. We're just gonna give you 10 games. He's not gonna get the message. I mean, you already suspended him 8. You've got to do something a little more drastic. And I think 25 games is it still might be a little low, but I think it gets the point across. We are not fucking around, dude. If you do this again, you're really putting us in a bad position, and we might be saying, "Ni hao, Ja Morant. We'll see you playing with Dylan Brooks with the Shanghai Sharks." I mean, it's just not going to be worth the risk for a lot of teams, I feel like.
No, I'm with you. But I also think that like it's more so less about him. He's gonna get suspended off of stupidity,
Yeah.
not because he broke a law. Stupidity, like just the image of an NBA player waving a gun around on the hood of his car,
Yeah.
outside the window. Like it's stupidity is what's gonna get him suspended.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can kind of keep I don't know if this is I guess it kind of counts as a political conversation. There are, aspects of political natures in this, I think. Let's move on to another sport across, the world in the land of Spain, where we are
Yeah,
seeing some of honestly, truthfully, some of the just grossest videos I've seen. Like I saw a compilation video of Vinicius just getting completely fucking degraded by fans. Like it's horrible, dude. But the sad thing about it is that this has been happening for years, and La Liga is just now starting to do something about it.
yeah. I'm not gonna be on all a high horse like we're American and we don't have problems of racism. And I'm not even gonna be on the high horse of like, oh yeah, the Premier League doesn't have problems like this, but like leagues such as La Liga and Serie A have had a history of racism in their leagues. Some more egregious than others, I would say. And specifically with Vinicius Jr., I mean, it begs the question of like how far or what is the responsibility of sports to solve racism? Because I could make the case that La Liga really, this isn't a La Liga issue. Racism is a La Liga issue. Racism is a world issue. Like it's not La Liga's job to solve the racism that Vinicius Jr. is facing. Because racism isn't a soccer issue. You have racism in
Everywhere.
We have racism in the NFL. We have racism in our day-to-day lives. We have racism in the NBA, the NHL, whatever. It's not La Liga's job specifically or soccer's job specifically to solve it.
I mean, I really agree with that sentiment. I think there's definitely like truth to that. I think it's in all aspects of the life we live, and to expect La Liga to completely like terminate racism is you're asking a lot. But I think people are upset about this because this is coming after Vinicius is one of the, if you guys don't know, he's one of the best players in the world right now. Playing for Real Madrid.
He is the face. He's a black
face of that league.
Brazilian player. He is the face of La Liga. Now that Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar are gone, he is the face of La Liga and has been for the past like 2 years.
Yeah, and anyway, he's in Madrid, playing for again one of the top clubs in the world, one of the most valued clubs in the world. And I don't know. I just feel like a lot of this was, again, hasn't he been playing for Madrid for a couple of years? He's been seeing.
This isn't the first incident.
This is not the first time at all.
This has happened the entire year. This has happened the entire. This is like
for
the 10th
years,
incident.
no?
Yes. Like, well, I'm just talking about this year
Well, I'm
specifically.
saying like
this
yeah,
is like
yeah,
the 10th.
with Vinicius, yeah.
But it's just more so from the fact of like, I don't like them, I guess, taking aim at soccer in that way. I think where the issue comes with La Liga is it is La Liga's job to help defend Vinicius.
Yeah.
It is not their job to solve racism. And when these people, these politicians, and these celebrities are taking aim at La Liga, let's be clear. This is their problem. This is everyone's problem to solve. This is not just theirs. But it's their job, more important than anybody. As an employer, they should be defending Vinicius, and I think they've done a terrible job of that.
Yeah. And again, I think a lot of the people are just more mad about the timing, because this is coming at a time where, we're going for their country's going for bids in the 2030 World Cup, and Spain is one of those countries. Do you think that they're going to want to do events there if they're being openly racist to one of their best international black players? I mean, no. And that's a huge economic boost. So La Liga was like, dude, well, we have to address it now.
And it was just such a.
It's going to hurt us eventually.
The Valencia, we're going to put the Valencia, because Real Madrid was playing Valencia, and Valencia were shouting things. They were calling him mono, like they were calling him monkey at him, and he got into arguments with the fans, and the whole paying attention to Spanish media, like the excuses that they have is absolutely outrageous. Like the whole blaming Vinicius, because don't get me wrong, Vinicius is very much a provocateur to the fans in the way he plays, and to other opposing players. Like that's just the way he plays, you know. But I think a lot of the anger that they have towards him is because they're racist and he's black. Like just keep it a spade a spade. Like they have videos of the whole arena calling him, the whole stadium calling him monkey.
Yep.
And they had the nerve to say, like, in the apology that Valencia had, they said that, we're Valencia isn't representative of that small discourse of fans, but we're gonna solve it anyway. It was one of the worst apology or crisis situation reports I've ever seen. It was so bad, bro. Like it was so bad.
Who's in that PR room, man? Who is writing those statements? Because it was not good. Like
it was terrible. I don't know how they let that thing. Like I want to find it. Like I really want to find it and have it. We're gonna put it on the screen now. Yeah. But it was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's definitely sad to see, man. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, this is a problem everywhere. But I think just seeing it on a mass scale like this, again, if you've seen the video. Like there was like a 2 or 3 minute compilation of just like crowds absolutely ravaging him with chants that are just like the mono ones are crazy, man. Just going down on him, pouring down on him. Like, and he has no control over this as an athlete. It's just like, you just kind of have to walk away. Like, and that's not fair to him.
But even
he's
then,
one of the best players in the country.
I don't even blame him for
lashing
out. I don't blame him for lashing out, because at this point it's more than just like soccer.
Yeah.
Like I get what he wants. Like, I now want to put hands on you. Now I want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how he feels, and I don't blame him. All right, here, so I got the Valencia apology. They said there's a small percentage of racists in our football, but there's no place for them in our stadiums. You know how shitty of an apology that is? There's not taking accountability, especially when the entire stadium was. That's. But
that was all of your fans chanting that.
Yeah, yes.
It wasn't just the select few.
And this has happened the entire year. It's just the lack of, like, the tone deaf comment that they had and lack of self-awareness. It also goes back to my point is American athletes couldn't handle international crowds. Oh my gosh. Like hearing LeBron James and Draymond Green complain about Boston, how Boston's racist, buddy. Y'all have never seen racism in sports compared to Boston. Like Boston don't shine a candle to the stuff you'll see in Europe, South America. Like no way, Jose, or even in Asia. Like,
yeah,
it always baffles me when NBA players or NFL players complain about crowds here in the U.S. The U.S. has some of the most tame crowds I've ever seen in my life.
And let's be fair here. We're not disparaging all racism and saying like, oh, the U.S. is in the racism, or the racism in the U.S. isn't as bad as it is in Europe. There might be, it definitely is in some capacities, but in sports, you're definitely right. I think like when you go overseas and you see just like the amount of hatred that is just pouring down from like the fucking millions of people in that arena, it's terrifying, dude. Like I could not imagine being Vinicius in that situation, like, and just
And
having to deal with that on it, like
I'm
for
a
a
Man
whole
City
year.
and like Barcelona. I'm not even a Madrid fan, but even I can keep it a stack. Like the way that he's been treated this entire year by La Liga, I would not be surprised.
I mean, this is crazy coming from you too, because he's a Brazilian player. You're
Yeah, I don't like Brazilians
Argentinian,
and I don't
yeah.
like Real Madrid players, so it should he crosses both of my lists for me to
but
be in the crowd chanting with them.
but
But like,
but Ethan, there's one thing that we have in common with him, and we are all human beings, dude. We all process things similarly, emotionally, and I can just say, I speak for both you and me that if we were ever in a position like that, I don't think we would feel very good either. We would want
I would
someone
not
to
feel
speak out
comfortable
for
like
us.
that.
I
Exactly,
mean,
exactly.
it's just it's that simple, man.
And
Just
I wouldn't be surprised, like, not to get into the in depth in the soccer competition. Is like they gotta fix this. The league gotta fix this because they've been on the downturn ever since Messi and Ronaldo left. Like, let's keep it a stack. La Liga has not been the same. The quality of the product hasn't been the same. And Vinicius is the face of the Liga, so they should be doing everything in their power to make him happy and comfortable. And they are failing miserably,
because he's
like
gonna
so
want
bad.
out. There's no way he's gonna want to stick around and just deal with that. He's gonna
If this
get
keeps
the fuck
continuing,
out
no
of there.
way.
No
I
way.
can see
He's
him
gonna
leaving in the
go his
next
ass,
year.
dude. He's gonna go to England. He'll come to the United States before he spends another fucking year in Madrid if he needs to. I mean, that's just that's the
He
way I
won't do
see
that. I
it.
don't know if he'll do that, but
I mean, that's
I
like
get what you're
worst
saying.
case scenario,
Yeah,
but
worst
like
case scenario.
he'll go back to
I get what
Brazil,
you're saying.
obviously. But like, I'm just, I'm saying,
I get what you're saying. You know, shout out to Vinicius, man. Fuck him because he's a Real Madrid player, not because he's black. That's my motto.
all right. I mean, hey, I think we got the message across. I think that was a pretty good way to segue that ending of
Yeah,
that segment.
fuck him because he plays for Real Madrid, not fuck him because he's black.
Yeah. Yeah, Barca forever, man. But man, yeah, sports division has been crazy, man. Speaking of international players, I want to talk a little bit about the NBA before I guess we get to like some of our closing statements, some of the last couple segments we do. Just real quick, I want to talk about NBA fans who are upset with the Nuggets in the finals, saying that, oh, they're not exciting. This isn't a fun matchup. We'll talk about the Heat, I guess, a little bit. I'm kind of in that boat where like, damn, I can't believe they made it. I could see the argument more of them of like, they're not a very great team. They have Jimmy Butler. But how are you going to say the Nuggets aren't a good team? They were the 1 seed all year. Jokic is a 2-time MVP. And if you're not watching Jokic and you're not astounded by some of the things he's doing on the court, do you really like basketball? Because I'm watching him and I'm just like, this is fun. If you don't enjoy watching Jokic, you probably just don't like watching basketball. And that's okay. Just put down the remote, turn off the TV, and walk away. It's that simple, dude. Just stop bitching about it. I don't want to see any more tweets on my timeline about, oh, this is going to be such a boring finals. Nah, dude. These are the two best teams. These are the two teams that found a way to get out of the fucking playoffs, and that's how it always has been. It may not be the teams that you think it is, but
unfortunately, as a Lakers fan, he had to sweep us right the fuck on out of here. But I won the battle. I lost the battle, but won the war because LeBron James will never touch 5, and I can go to sleep a happy man. I mean, to keep it before I get on my Lakers rant, I'm gonna stick with the Nuggets. The Nuggets absolutely deserved it. They have proved me wrong, and I have been one of the more positive. I think people wouldn't you say, Gage? I don't think I've been that hateful towards Jokic and the Nuggets, unlike our friends. Jason Collins, who said the Nuggets are flops and that they would keep in mind that they would never make it to the finals because Jokic can't defend. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was there were a few people in our group chat, and I think just in the general basketball media landscape,
which
that
wasn't
believed
a bad
that this
take,
wasn't possible.
but it aged terribly because the Nuggets are going to be in the finals, and they are quite clearly the best team in the West.
And the thing is, you had to account for all of the things that they had gone through the past couple of years. You didn't have a healthy Jamal Murray. You're still kind of growing. I guess you could make excuses or not make excuses for their last couple playoff losses, but the point is, like you just said, they have the best team. Jamal Murray, he turns into a different monster. He's so good.
I want to make a formal apology. I tweeted about it, but I want to make a formal apology to Jamal Murray, man. sorry, man, I just wasn't familiar with your game. I thought
He's
that
like
you
that.
weren't going to be able to get it done as a second option, and I was wrong. You and Jokic are a hell of a duo. You
And the
guys,
playoffs,
you
he
guys were
turns
the
it up.
actually. I know a lot of people want to talk about the Nuggets role players. KCP A plus role player. Aaron Gordon A plus role player. MPJ
Never
A
sling the
plus.
rock, MPJ. He had 6 assists in a game. Crazy.
Michael never knows a bad shot. Porter Jr. All these boys is A plus role players, but specifically to Jokic and Jamal Murray, you guys were the X factors because you guys outplayed LeBron James and Anthony Davis so much,
Yep.
so much so that y'all swept them. Because in that game 4, there was a lot of game 1, especially I was expecting the Lakers to come back and win, especially towards the end of the game where they got it within 1.
Yep.
And the way y'all should have closed them out, so I don't give y'all too much credit for that because y'all were up by 20 throughout the entire game. But game 4 especially is where I give y'all credit for. Y'all was down 15 at half. Braun had the greatest first half he's ever had in a playoff game. And y'all still ended
Found
up
a way
winning.
to come back, close it out, get the job done. Don't
Had
extend
like
the
a
series
25
any
point
longer than they
swing
needed to.
in the third quarter. Just
Yep.
insane closeout ability all around.
Yep.
So shout out to the Nuggets. They earned it. They absolutely earned it. And I think they're going to be the favorites against whoever, against the Celtics or Miami. If Miami, don't let Miami show this.
Yeah, I was just about to say. So for sure, as we're talking about this, Miami is not done with the series. They're up 3-1, and the Celtics were able to pull away this last game. I think they play again tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they play tonight.
Yeah. So I think Miami will ultimately come away, but this may be a little bit of a spoiler, assuming that, Miami does move on to the finals. I don't see them beating Denver because, like we're talking about here, there are levels
It's
to
going to be
this.
close, though.
It'll be close, but I think Denver will ultimately come out because they're the better team, just overall better team, I think. And as great as Jimmy has been these playoffs, I got to give credit where credit's due. He has been amazing. I just think it's going to be very tough to stop Jokic and then Jamal Murray. And I mean, just the rest of that team. The Nuggets are so deep, and the Heat are dealing with
they're
injuries
almost there.
too.
The Nuggets are almost there. The Nuggets, assuming that the Heat are in the finals, don't get on my ass if the Celtics complete the.
I don't think the
three.
Celtics
I don't think
will.
they're. I think Celtics will win tonight though in Boston.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they win tonight, and then I think they close them out in 6.
That's probably what I'm seeing, but yeah.
Assuming Miami makes it, it's gonna look real bad if Boston comes back. Real
The thing is, Miami could have swept too, and that's kind of where I'm at with Denver and Miami. Where it's like, again, there's levels to this. Denver got rid of LA in 4. They did what they needed to, just put them away.
They're gonna have a whole week off. They don't play the finals
exactly
until Tuesday.
Exactly.
Right? Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, next Tuesday, I believe. Now with Miami, they could have closed it out in 4. They were in the perfect position to sweep them, and then they let Boston come out with the game 4 win. And it may not mean anything in the long run where, like, Boston loses tonight or they win tonight and they extend the series. But like you said, if the finals start Tuesday, that's still an extra game you have to play when you could have put it away a little earlier. And yeah. I think just from a basketball sense too, since you didn't put them away, it's just like, I think the Heat have more weaknesses than the Nuggets do. The Nuggets aren't going to be easy to beat. And
no, they're not. And right now, I think we talk about how is Jokic's pick and roll defense good enough. It's been good enough so far this playoffs. Yeah. That's been their only weakness on defense.
It's all that really matters. I mean,
yeah.
And it's not like Miami is like screaming with like scorers and shooters. They've got Jimmy Butler and then a bunch of role players.
Gabe Vincent and Duncan Robinson beat the fraud allegations. He's come back firing. If I'm Duncan Robinson, I don't want to see Tyler Hero.
Hey, I got to tell you though, I think this is where credit has to be, given to the Heat as an organization. None of these guys come from the lottery. Not a lot of these guys are first round picks. They're all free agency, undrafted free agents, second round selections, late first round selections. So a lot of that goes to the organization. Pat Riley has done a great job of bringing guys in. Eric Spoelstra is still one of the top 3 coaches in the league right now. If I had to say,
he's the best coach in the league.
I don't know if he's better than Pop, who's getting Victor Wembanyama. But hey.
Oh, God.
We're getting off track.
And I don't even like Miami. I don't like Miami.
No, I don't either. I don't like Miami. But I have to give credit where credit is due. And
what he's done with Jimmy Butler turn water into
Jimmy is
wine.
like that in the playoffs, man. He turns it up.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He's had
But
some crazy games.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Let's move on. It's been a couple weeks. I think we need to let the people know what we've been listening to. Uh,
Oh yeah, it's time for our favorite segment.
Let us put you on. We updated the Our Recording playlist. We're gonna put the link in the description as well, and we're gonna have a picture of it right
Now,
here.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
here.
So I guess I'll start first when it comes to music. The music I've been listening to. I gotta start with Oh, this is tough because there has been a lot of new music in the last 3 weeks. A lot of underground shit. You know what? I'm gonna start with not so underground shit. I'm gonna get in my EDM bag real quick. Daft Punk. It was the 10th anniversary of Random Access Memories.
Ooh.
And besides the album, they also kind of dropped like a part 2 to the album with a bunch of unfinished demos and songs that weren't put out yet and released yet that I thought was insane. Like, I think it's amazing. I love how well it was able to add to the album. So, yeah, Random Access Memories 10th anniversary by Daft Punk.
I like it. I like it. Well, Dylan, I know you're probably gonna hate me for this one. I'm gonna keep it kind of mainstream too, but my boy Benito dropped a single, Bad Bunny, Where She Goes, out now, and man, I am a big Benito fan. If you don't already know this, I call him by his first name. Dylan
I
hates
know.
me for it.
You
But
call him Benito, and he don't even know you. You
I
sound
know.
like Ian. You sound like Ian with Aubrey.
With that milk. Boo this nigga. Yo, who mans is this?
Boing, boing,
Get off
boing,
of
boing,
his
boing, boing.
meat.
Aubrey. I feel like that's different though, because
No, it's not different. Stop calling these
no, but
artists by their first name. They don't know
Benito's
you.
is like
He
his
he
IG
don't know
tag.
you. He don't
No?
know you. His name is
All right,
Bad
all
Bunny
right,
to you, not Benito.
all right. Hey, Benito, get it right. It's not
Okay, my
Benito.
fault.
Benito. Can we talk about like pronunciation too? I went to a graduation and I heard some of the funniest names. There was a guy there named Richard Fat Long. Right now, just hold on.
There's no way his name is Richard
dude,
Fatlong.
Richard Long is his name. And if you guys know anything about nicknames, a common nickname for someone named Richard is Dick. His name is literally Dick Long. Dick Fat
God.
Long.
You're insane, bro.
Oh,
The graduation,
crazy.
you do see some insane names.
Crazy names. There was another girl named something Hickey, Lola Hickey or something like that. Pretty
I
funny.
bet you inquired about that.
I will not lie. So had to see where the family tree came from, but yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. All right. Anyway, we got off track. That was my music suggestion, Bad Bunny. Ethan, for movies or TV shows, man, what you been watching?
Oh my gosh! All right, so Apple TV Plus has come out with this new I've always been into sci-fi and like that dystopian show. So this new show comes out called Silo. It's got like 5 episodes so far, and it's basically about some post-apocalyptic stuff happened, and the human race has to live in this underground bunker, this silo underground. But they've been underground for centuries now, like a couple hundred years. So nobody really knows if the outside world is safe because nobody's been out. So it's this whole conspiracy theory of like, is the outside world actually safe? And have they been hiding them inside this entire time? Great show. If you're into sci-fi, dystopian, I have actually loved it. So
Check
far.
it out. I have Apple TV Plus. I'm actually finishing Ted Lasso. Got
Don't
one more
spoil
episode.
nothing because I'm about to start it this week. I'm about to start it this week.
I'm not going to say
it.
anything. I'm just going to say
the-
enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
The finale. Oh, I know you want to spoil it too. Well, when this comes out, Succession will come out. So, yeah, we can save Succession. We already talked about it. We're gonna say it.
Yeah. If you watch Ted Lasso, I'll start watching Succession. I do want to watch
Ted Lasso
Silo
this
too.
week.
I want to watch Silo too. So, Apple TV, I'll add it to my list. I am gonna go with a movie I just watched this week. As you know, I haven't been to the theater very often, but I finally got a chance to see Air, Prime Video free. Definitely, if you're a basketball fan, even if you're not a fan of basketball or of Nike or the shoe company, I don't know. check out the movie. I think it was really cool, really like a sweet, just kind
Biopic.
of biopic homage to Michael Jordan, and basically like the shoe deal that changed the way athletes are represented nowadays. I mean, this is kind of the birth of like where UIL is coming from, or not UIL, what's it called? How college athletes can get paid now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it was a really good movie. Air, Amazon Prime, check it out. Actors are really great in it too. I think everyone gives really inspired performances. So yeah, check that one out. I know it's a little more mainstream too, but
did you, spoiler alert, did you learn anything new in this doc that you care to share with the class?
um,
That
I
you thought was
mean,
like, oh, that's really dope. That's my problem with biopics. I really don't like biopics because anything I want to know about a specific person like that, I'll just search it up. Or
yeah.
I'll watch go down the YouTube conspiracy rabbit hole. Like, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of biopics. Air is on my list that I'm gonna watch sometime this
So
year
yeah,
because I
yeah.
really
That
wanted to see it. But I just want to know, like, is there something in it? Do you think that's new as far as information wise?
I mean, not really. I think it's more of like I said, kind of a like biopic on the first big deal that was made for an athlete
Like
like this,
watching the
because
puzzle pieces come together.
yeah, like the puzzle pieces come together for for the greatest basketball player of all time, not named LeBron James, but
Not named Kobe Bryant.
you know what? I'll give Kobe that too. And people are gonna be fucking flaming me in the
I don't
comments for
care.
this,
I
but
don't
yeah, I
care.
don't care. I don't
Bron's not
care.
top ten. Bron's.
Hey,
Ooh, we'll say that for
no,
now.
no, no, no. Okay, yeah, we need to stay
This
off
is not
this.
what we.
But
This is not what.
but
This is not what we
yeah,
wanted to
the
do.
point is the movie's not even really about Michael Jordan. I don't think he even shows his face in the movie. Viola Davis is his mom though. She is fucking amazing. She has probably one of the best parts in the movie. Um, and I don't think you learn about anything specifically. Um, I think maybe just some of the like fun little basketball tidbits of like how much Michael Jordan loved Adidas. I didn't realize he was in like a Adidas diehard before he signed with Nike. He was very close to signing with Adidas before he signed with Nike. That was something I wasn't aware to either. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think anything like groundbreaking or shocking where I'm like, oh my god, like this is gonna change the sports world or anything. But it was a nice little movie, man. Got the job done. Good acting, and again, I think really set up for how college athletes are now allowed to be paid for their likeness and image. So
No, that's dope.
NIL.
That's dope.
That's what UIL. I don't know why I say UIL. NIL is what it's
NIL.
called. Yeah.
But dope. Well, now that we're finishing off the show, I want to tell you a funny story. Bro, my body's in pain. For those who are watching, I've been like moving around, trying to move around because, bro, my body's in pain, bro. As everybody knows, I used to be an former pro soccer player. Yeah. And yeah, no, I was just playing. But I used
in
to
Argentina,
play soccer.
right?
Yeah, come on, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
And for the past like month or two, I've been getting back into playing just in general. And yesterday, I was like, all right, let me do legs in the morning, right? And then my friends were like, oh, you want to come hoop with us? Gage knows I don't really hoop like that. Like, I'll play, but it's like, it's nothing deeper than that, you know? My body was cooked, bro. Like, oh my God, it was so... the bad idea was doing legs before any of this. Because my body was just hurting. Like, it was aching like crazy. And I made the dumb decision. I forgot it was Wednesday nights. And Wednesday nights, I usually go play soccer. And I was like, fuck. I really am in the mood to go play soccer. So I came back home. I did me a little mini ice bath. Came out, put my clothes back on. And I was like, all right, let me go play. Bro, I'm feeling the effects of it today. Like, I'm so sore. Like, it's unbelievable. Do you get like this now? Because I know you started playing soccer again. Do you get like this now?
Shit, man. Well, let me just tell you, I have definitely felt the effects of getting older. But let me just tell you right now, you got to get past the pain, man. Pain is it's just an illusion. All right. I had to, so I have been playing soccer again, and I had to stop for a couple of weeks because I had to get a painful tattoo. I don't know if you can fucking see it. Bring my toes up. I don't... But dude, I was in a tattoo chair for like 6 hours, and tattoos, like, you don't have any tattoos, right? You?
No. Should we get one this weekend?
Are you serious? I will do it.
I'm down to get one this weekend for our birthday. I'm down to
Shit.
get one.
All right,
We'll figure it
yeah,
out.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and maybe we'll do like a live vlog or something. All right, bet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that kind of was like the pain, like where I was going with the pain thing, where it was like sometimes my body will get like that after soccer, especially after the tattoo. I was like, fuck, dude, my leg hurts. More than anything, just like the itchiness afterwards was really bothering me. I really wanted to itch at it and scratch it, but I was like, I paid money for this tattoo. I'm not trying to fuck it up right after I get it. But I think you just gotta get the icy hot, man. Take your bath, take care of your body, and get back out there, because at the end of the day, you are Ethan Hamilton, elite of an Argentinian soccer player, and stopping fights.
Oh, yeah, stop the fight. Yeah, stop the fight. That's the best part of the whole story.
That's why, dude. You gotta like, bro, you gotta take care of your body. You gotta take care of your body.
Bro, I watched a high school like brawl, like an old school high school brawl. And the thing is, it happened like this. Bro, we're playing, right? What happened was two guys go body to body, bang, on the sideline. They get up, they talking, and they keep talking. Then both teams just like a swarm of bees, like whoosh, get around them. And I stand up and I'm like, all right, let me be big OG. Let me be big OG, go over there and separate it. Bro, before I could get two steps up, they already started throwing hands. Like, they're already throwing punches at each other. And I'm just dying laughing because nobody's even fighting a fair one. The idea of a fair one-on-one fight is so gone. Like, it's never coming back. Bro, I'm watching, like, the minute they get close to close, people is pulling phones out. They getting face-to-face. Somebody's homie will come in and sucker punch somebody in the side of the head. Then they turn around, they chasing whoever sucker punched him. And the person that's running around after they just sucker punch somebody, they get sucker punched in the face for running away. Bro, it was actually insane. Right? Bro, and the thing is, I'm dying laughing because, bro, it was all just Mexican kids. And Mexican kids love throwing around that N-word. Like crazy. Like crazy. And the whole time I'm just laughing. And they would look at me and they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, bro, just stop saying it. Like, bro, y'all are insane, bro.
The fact that they have to apologize to you after, it's like, isn't it just easier not to say it? But like, yeah. That's funny. No, dude, but you're right. Like, I won't even go. I sent the group chat.
I'm not gonna put the video on here. I know Dylan and the audience probably want to see the video, but I'm not trying to get like high school kids like all rough.
Exactly.
Even though fuck them kids, but like I'm not gonna air the high school kids out because none of them really got beat up. Like there was a lot of punches. It was like 3 or 4 mini fights going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And nobody actually got hurt. They got hit with a couple pea shooters. Like, yeah, everybody was missing their punches, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, before I make this statement, I should give a a PSA that I am Mexican while I say this. You're right. Mexicans start shit all the time at soccer games. This actually happened to me last week at my game. While I was playing on the other like opposite field from us, there was a mom who had gotten up and hit one of the players while they were running on the field. Because he, that's like, insane. I guess, crazy. And then, like, they started a whole thing where the ref was yelling at the mom, telling her to get off the field. And I look over. What do you know? She was Mexican. I mean, I can't make it up. It's just like, we get really passionate about soccer. And especially when you're, in Texas, too, with a lot of, I live in San Antonio, so, lots of Mexican people here.
Bro, I played soccer my entire life down here.
You get used to it.
You get used to it, bro. It's not crazy, but you definitely get it all the time. But it was just funny seeing that like they really started to fight. Like,
I just think that's funny. That's so like
because it was all high school kids. It was literally like 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds squaring up to each other. I'm just laughing. And the thing is, it was a group of older guys that you thought they would be like OG in it, like trying to separate it. Like me, I'm not going in there and try to separate it next time. I'm just going to let them fight it out. Because these two older Hispanic guys, they would just sit there on the sideline laying down like this, laughing their asses off. They did not care not one bit to go step in and help these kids up.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Exactly. Like,
it's like... We had to figure things out, man. But
it was hilarious.
Well, I gotta say, man, I think this has been a very insightful episode. I think we got a lot of good commentary on some of the problems in this world. We talked about guns. We talked about
gun control.
gun control. Yeah, we talked about racism and how it's bad.
Well, we're becoming activists.
I know, man. I know we talk about it like every week, but like I just feel like
Malcolm Martin and E.
No, hold on, no.
No.
Nah, but for real, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please leave it a like. We would really appreciate it. Subscribe and share it with a friend if you liked it, and then tell that friend to share it with another friend,
to share it with a lover,
then with
that lover's family,
with that lover's family's goldfish or cousin. I don't know,
and that goldfish's kid.
Yeah, all of that, and also follow us on socials. And if you think we're funny,
AWR_podcast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah, and if you think we're funny, just add us. Let us know. And
if you're trying to talk to me, get to know me.
Yeah, we are single, so
sadly,
yeah, but
it's all right because the Between the Sheets tour is coming to Dallas, Texas this weekend, and you're the headliner. The Between the Sheets tour is coming to a city near you.
You get backstage passes. Welcome.
You get backstage passes to the Between the Sheets tour.
Our recording Between the Sheets tour coming to a city near you. Thank you guys for watching. For the young Rottweiler Ethan Hamilton, I'm Gage Sutton 007. You can do the bark. And now let's get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.